guys and gals? Never here from Drake Wing Gaming. It's the Mount Toward the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Rain Check. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Now, Skeleton is somehow involved in this. It seems to be a weak link connecting these facts together, yes. I do want to mention something that Javier admitted in the last report, though. What's that? Normally these investigations have a set amount of funding to it, meaning once we gather enough information, we stop. But not this one. Why? Is the client rich or something? No. They're my boss. Wait, what? Your boss wants you to investigate this case? Why? He mentioned something about how this was important to him. Regardless, since this is an internal investigation, we'll only stop until we've exhausted every possible lead. And what if you guys never figure it out? Rue shrugs at my question as if he's expecting it. Doesn't matter to me, as long as everyone's safe. Javier, though, might drive him insane. As if on cue, Javier's door opens and the fox steps out of his room, staring at us. Ah, I see you two are reading my report. What do you think so far, Theodore? Oh, I actually just finished. I didn't really get some of the technical decryption stuff you used for the data, but the graphs and charts are insightful. Good. I'm glad someone appreciates the work I do. I noticed the fox's tail swaying for just a second before he clears his throat. Anyway, I'm done processing the things I need to. The USB data should be ready tonight. What about the paper we found? I'll need to process that later tonight as well. If you're done, we should get ready to depart. Fine. Just one moment. I need to change. Hope all goes to plan tonight. Hope? Why wouldn't it? We're not doing anything extreme tonight. At least that's what I was under the impression of. Huh, you're right. It's just that no good ever comes when I'm working with Lawrence. I return a troubled look. I don't want to be weird, but what's wrong with Lawrence anyway? You're telling me you don't feel something off about that guy? He definitely has an ego. Ever since he joined ARC, he's been nothing but a pain up my ass. And when was that? A couple months after I joined. Yeah, Javier told me that he had some kind of unorthodox work ethics. Yeah, he exploits his power to dig into people's personal records and use it as leverage in case anything happens to him. Wouldn't be surprised if he did that to you. Wait, that's fucked up, but why? Insurance. Why else? Wait, but that still doesn't make any sense, and how do you know all this? Because I was the one who called him out on it the first time we worked together. Kid thinks he's a hotshot. His recklessness and arrogance are going to get him killed someday. Which is why I want you to stick by me tonight. He gently places a paw on my shoulder, his gaze filled with warmth and worry. My face heats up and I can't help but blush. Sure. The wolf notices my flustered state and places his other paw on the opposite side of my shoulder. Also, I want to apologize for being so forward with you the other day. I've been trying to work out some issues and... Issues? Is this related to when we... Yes. Ah. I look away and try my best to keep my composure. But it was also kind of my fault. Feeling uncomfortable with myself, I shake my head slowly. There's a lot going on in my life, and I guess I feel like I'm going to die from embarrassment before I can find the right words to express myself. We can talk about this later tonight, after we check out the library, if you're not up for it, right? If you're not up for it right now. Yes, please. Because I'm sure you can already tell, I'm pretty much attracted to other men. Are you two seriously about to make out in my living room? Please, I don't want fluids of any kind on my furniture, and that includes your saliva. Oh, no, we weren't. Rue and I were just... I don't want to hear it. Out, out, out. We're leaving now. Javier shoos us towards the door. You two can continue your romantic activities after tonight's investigation. And away from my place, thank you very much. Here it is. It's just down the block. We got here faster than I thought. There's practically no traffic once we crossed the bridge over. That's because no one actually visits this part of the city. It's crime-infested. And a perfect location for our guy to be hiding. You two get off first. I'm going to park across the street. Fine. I hop out and notice how quiet it is, slowly understanding what Javier meant. The rain stopped, so we'll take this time to survey the surroundings. This place is eerie. I point to the buildings down the street. What's with the stores? They're all barred up. That means they're closed. It's to deter burglary. I don't think I've seen anything like that before. I can tell you've never lived in the city before, have you? No. He sighs and shakes his head disapprovingly at me. Well, come on, I don't have all evening. He motions me to follow, and I do my best while stepping over the large puddles and cracks on the ground. So, what should we be looking for while we wait? Entry points to the library. What do you mean by that? The fox points to a large building right across the next intersection. That's where the library is. Do you notice anything strange about it? Strange? I stare at it for a moment, my gaze bouncing back to Javier, expecting him to tell me at any second. Oh, wait, there's no entrance. Do we need to know a special code to enter this kind of speakeasy? I'm not sure. I wasn't able to find any additional information on entering this particular speakeasy online. Seems more secretive than I initially thought. And it said the person we're looking for will be there later tonight? Allegedly. So much secrecy. The fox takes out his phone and discreetly snaps a photo of the building. It would be in our best interest to map out the area and look around. What about the narrow alleyway by the side? It's too small for any cars to drive through, so perhaps... this is going to make head counting a nightmare. Head counting? We're going to need to keep track of who leaves and comes in since we have a particular target. The large wolf shows up behind us as he's staring at the library as well. Right, it's going to be hard if we don't even know what the entrance looks like. Correct. The fox stares at Rue expectantly. Well, you wanted to come here early. What's the plan? You see that coffee shop just across the street from the speakeasy? Theodore, why don't you go in there and try to see if you can spot anything from inside? Javier and I will map the perimeter. Excuse me. We'll need these, then. Javier pulls out the same earpieces from before and hands me one, which I put in firmly. Okay, sounds good. The three of us walk down the street silently, and when I reach the coffee shop, I split off from the pair. Perfect. There's a vacant table by the window directly facing the library. I noticed a few customers dressed in black on the other side of the store eyeing me suspiciously. I didn't feel safe out there, and I don't feel safe in here either. Maybe I should order something to better blend in. I decide to get a small cup of coffee and keep an eye on the window. After a short wait, it's ready for pickup, and I hurry to seat myself. Okay, I see you guys. I'm by the window. I see the two quickly glance over at me before they go back to inspecting the building. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought the building was an actual library with how it's designed. There's a fire escape by the side of the alleyway. Maybe you guys can check that out. It looks like it goes all the way up to the top of the building. The two turn the corner and spend the next couple of moments examining the side. Doesn't seem to be anything here, and it's not like we can reach the fire escape up there either. Suddenly, a hidden wall in front swings open, revealing a man walking out onto the sidewalk. Wait, guys, go back in front. I just saw someone coming out from the wall. Where? Is there any handle or anything? The two walk back and examine the wall. I can see Rudy trying to feel the surface with his paws. There are no handles at all. I just saw the wall swing out in front of where you guys are standing. The only thing that we can possibly interact with is this slot. I can't make out what Rue is referring to from this distance, but he's leaning forward and pointing something towards something to Javier. The wall suddenly swings open as Rue pulls it open. Using the book drop slot as a handle? Huh. Very clever, but I'm more impressed how they made this door perfectly machined and flush with the rest of the wall. I watch the two either enter inside, the door resetting back into place. What is this room? It's like your living room with how many bookcases there are. What do you guys see? Some kind of foyer, decorated as a reading room. We haven't made it inside the actual bar yet. Although I'm tempted to go through all the books here, I think we should go reconvene with Theodore. Lawrence should be here soon. All right. I look around the shop and notice the men from earlier now staring at me. Their gaze is fixed in my direction, one of them even pointing at me. I have a bad feeling about this. I should probably get out of here. I get up and quicken my steps to the door as they start to walk in my direction. I speed out as fast as I can, spotting Rue and Javier making their way towards me. How's the coffee? Oh, this? I haven't even taken a sip yet. I just got this to blend in. But I don't think it worked. I look behind me, the men gone from sight. What's the matter? Nothing. There were some men dressed in all black that were staring me down. Might be some muggers looking to start trouble. Didn't expect this place to turn into such a shithole so early in the night. Let's stick together from now on. I look over to Javier, who has his phone up next to his ear off in the distance. What's up? What's Javier up to? Voicemail. I Apparently Lawrence tried to reach him earlier. Why didn't he try to call out? Never mind. Anyway, we're just waiting for him to show up now. Right. He should be here any second now. He left me a voicemail saying he's coming a bit earlier. The three of us scanned the streets for a few moments before searching for any signs of the Grey Wolf. Look who it is. Rudy directs a scoff in the direction of a limousine, which is pulled up not too far from us. Lawrence steps out, gestures to someone inside the car before he spots and waves us down. Is a limo driver around? Isn't that a bit... Don't get me started. Good evening, everyone. It's nice to see you all again. Skip the formalities. How uncouth. Lawrence gazes at me inquisitively and breaks into a smile. I heard the news, and seeing that you're here, I assume you're part of the team now, Theodore. Yeah, I am, just temporarily. But of course. I was not expecting you to be joining us, but it matters not. The more the merrier. Thanks. More importantly, did you get a chance to read over the report I sent you? Your masterfully crafted intel logs? I read the first few pages. I was extremely occupied today. I will get to it as soon as I can. By the by, have you three just arrived as well? I do hope my presence wasn't overly anticipated. We got here not too long ago. We were just scouting around the location, mainly looking for in through the entrance, which we found. Ah yes, the book return slot. I forgot to mention that to you guys. If you're aware of the entrance, do you know how to get past the bookcases once inside? Can't say I do, but it's nothing Rudy can't solve. Who's Rudy? Ah, Theodore, that's right. You don't know about these glasses. Removing his glasses, Lawrence quickly polishes them before sliding them back on. Javier, maybe you'd like to explain to Theodore since you were the one to skillfully craft them. Wait, Javier made those? The fox's gaze shifts between Lawrence and me, visibly pleased by our compliments. Sure. Rudy stands for Rapid Understanding and Diagnostic Yield. It's an AI that I created and integrated into those AR glasses. I knew Javier was smart, but I didn't know he was this smart. It's capable of perceiving the world and introducing facial environmental cues on demand. Wait, if it can do that, then why don't you have a pair, Javier? I was planning on creating a newer model for myself, but I never got around to it. It just so happened that when I created Rudy, Lawrence was around in the office to test it out, and insisted on purchasing it from me. Hey, I know an investment when I see one. Now, let's walk and talk to the speakeasy, shall we? There's much to discuss. With Lawrence and Javier leading the way, I spot Rouge shaking his head as we follow them. I can see why you don't like him now. Huh. You want to know why Lawrence bought those off Javier? Why? Rouge's intense gaze remains fixed on Lawrence, his fangs peeking from his maw as he growls, in case he can't think for himself. He's just another spoiled brat without those damn glasses. Rue walks off without saying another word. I toss away my coffee as we enter the library, the wooden floor creaking as we all enter the cramped room filled with bookshelves. It definitely looks like a library with how everything looks. There's even a small reading desk and chair in the corner. There's no visible door that leads to another room from here. This is what we saw earlier, Theodore. Something tells me we have to find another hidden door here. Can't we just wait for someone to exit from the inside like earlier? No need to wait. Rudy, help me find a way in. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all if I do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you going a bit above and beyond. Thank you to our 3 gold tier patrons, Zeke, Toby, and Blue Wolf Alpha. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I shall see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!